They ran into a little bit of buzzsaw over there in Birmingham. We knew they were a talented team going in. We talked about them last week. I thought they were a dangerous football team because they were very talented. I thought they were a good football team. They had played one heck of a schedule and found a way to keep shooting themselves in the foot against some quality opponents. So yeah, it went over there. I think we didn't start out very well. We throw a pick six early, and then blow coverage. And 3 minutes in the game, it's 14-0. Again, I don't. It didn't go much better after that. So there were some bright spots. I thought Bo Moth punting, we averaged 50 yards a punt. He's doing exceptionally well right now. I thought overall our special teams played pretty well. I thought also kicked the field goal before the half. Right spot, we got a little drive there before the half, kicked the field goal. But overall, it was one of those games where we just outmatched every phase. We got out-athleted in a lot of places. It showed up, and some of those mistakes we made, same things we made probably the previous 2 weeks, that they had the athletic ability and speed to make you pay the price for it. And so glad to get out of that one. Obviously, get back to conference play. Looking forward to Northwestern here. It's a huge game for us. Go back into conference. It's a great rivalry. This one has a lot to do with in-state recruiting. This game's huge. Not only a chance to get 3-0 in conference, to put ourselves in the driver's seat, control our own destiny, but right now, the big part is winning those in-state games so we can win the recruiting battle is huge too. They're a quality football team. They're very good. They've got some talent. We talk about from the defense side of the ball. They got some big guys up front. They've got a real good linebacker there, Rose. They're athletic. They bring some pressure on defense. They play pretty well, majority of the part. They're playing pretty good pass coverage right now. They're very good on special teams. And offensively, they got a little different run game going this last week. They kind of went back to one back. Gave Walker the ball 20-some times and cranked down 100 yards for him. And then they found some different ways to give Hardy the football. He's very dangerous. He does a great job in the return game, and obviously different ways they're getting the football right now. So they're well coached. They've got a lot of talent. It's going to be a tough football game. But back in Southland Conference play, and that's what it's all about.
How did the way they played Lamar compare to the way you guys played Lamar?
It was, same thing. I think it was a tight ball game. Going in, it was 20-17 going in the fourth quarter. Lamar kind of shot themselves in the foot again. They 20-17. They threw a pick inside their 25. Got out of that one. Then next drive, fumbled the ball on the 5-yard line. 7 points. They go down. And the next drive, they 1, 2, 3, punt the football, and Harvey returns the ball 60-something yards down to the 12-yard line, and Lamar stiffens up on defense. They got pretty good defense. They stiffened up, made him kick a field goal, and that's basically sealed the game in the fourth quarter for them. And it was one of those things that Lamar's playing well. And then times they just, they're having trouble getting over that defeating yourself mode. And they've done that obviously the last couple of weeks.
You mentioned how they're kind of focus their running back on going to one guy. Does that help in game planning, able to kind of focus on what they?
No, they're going to, because they're doing, not really, because they're doing the same stuff. I mean, if they play anyone with 3 guys, they're going to do the same thing. They're going to run the same. They're doing the same thing out from formation, same plays and things like that. It's just, I don't know, maybe it's just that night he got a hot hand and decided to give him the ball, or if that was part of the plan going in. And he's a good back, but the other ones are too. I mean, they've got 3 good running backs, and then obviously the way they used Harvey last week was motioning back in the backfield, and they gave him the ball, and then they lined him up with the Wildcat, and snapped him the ball, and he ran. And then their quarterback, Henderson, he's a good. He can run well too. I mean, they do some run game with him. Designed runs, going to run quarterback power. They're going to run the ball with him, and he's a good athlete as well. So they can run the ball effectively.
And you guys, you lose Michael last week. I don't think we talked about it here, but what's his status there?
He tore his ACL, so he's done. He's going to be done for the year. And that's sad to see, because I thought he played it. I thought he really was coming to smooth there at Lamar. Sad to see a kid at the end of senior year like that, because he was, I think he was getting better every time on the field, and he probably had his best game actually running the ball and started seeing some things the right way. But he went out positive. Hopefully he feels great about his, what he's able to do there. There's a last two, he won it. I know he won his last 2 ball games. So
Northwestern State defense kind of came to their own last week, getting 5 sacks. Do you account that with their defense or Lamar's offensive line breaking down?
I don't know that well, their defensive line's good. I mean, their defensive line's good. They're athletic and they can get it. You know, when I saw film, it was they played a different quarterback, and I don't know what that was about. But sometimes he's young. I don't know if he's young or what, but he held the ball a little bit. You know, held the ball in the pocket. Probably should have got rid of the football. I think it's his first career start. He made some mistakes, but you know, they're good up front. I know that. I mean, I know the Dreamer, 93, good player, real good player. And I know his name a little bit because he's from me. Get out and play it here. But you know, he's over there and he's a really good player, very explosive inside. Creates a lot of problems up inside. You got a double team, you got to get a hat on him. He gets a lot of push inside. That's what he did Saturday. He got a lot of push. Even the other sacks came up. He pushed the kid out of the pocket. Somebody else get the sack on it.
You kind of touched on the recruiting aspect of this game. How much does kind of head-to-head matchups like this play in terms of recruiting?
I think the play is huge. You know, and that's why it's going to be real huge for us if we can get this one. You know, the side note in recruiting is you want to win the state. You know, if we get McNeese, if we get Northwestern, and down the road when the opportunity comes, if we get Nichols and win the state, I think it's going to help us win a lot of the recruiting battles in the state. And obviously, the recruiting battles in the state are huge, not just because it's our home state, but it's talent level, talent pool is here.
How taxing for you guys as a coaching staff? I mean, you come into the season looking at your running backs and say, man, you know,
Yeah.
it's pretty deep here, and now you're into this point, and you know, having to move those guys around. How taxing is that every week, basically? To have?
Yeah, we ran to obviously a buzzsaw there at the running back position and really receiver position. Tried not to really talk a lot about. I mentioned this on my radio show. I tried not to really talk about the kids that get hurt, not in disrespect to them, but because you talk about too much, it turns like you're creating excuses, and your players latch onto that. Oh, this is that's you know. I think you're a scholarship player, and you're on the football team. However, you get that job by injury, suspension, earn it, whatever else. Once you get the job, you're the guy, and your job is to go out there and perform and get the job done. So that's how we try to handle it, and not say a lot about it. But yeah, we've 3 running back, we got 5 receivers out that have not played this year, and that's probably a little wear and tear. We're playing like a receiver. We're playing every healthy body we've got plays, and they're going to be good players. But again, we don't have a lot of those guys in practice time to give them reps and give them time off and thing. And so get to this week and that off week's going to be huge because we need some healing up to do, and not so much to get the guys that are playing. They're fine. It's just there's really not bodies in practice to give them breathers and time off and things. There's not those bodies. So we're a little down on the offensive side, especially receivers, running backs. We're real thin there. But I'm excited. The guys we got. I mean, we just pulled another red shirt off of Rashid Harrell. I mentioned that last week. But Rashid Harrell, pulled off him, comes in and runs the ball. He's going to be a great running back. I mean, I think him and Xavier Roberson and Blaine LeBlanc, they're talented running backs, and the 2 freshmen, Xavier and Rashid, they get the ball in open space one-on-one. They can make somebody miss and take the house. I mean, they're very explosive. They're quick, and all 3 of them just need a little crease, and they can slide it in there. We don't have to knock people off the football and be real physical. We just got to get a hat on the hat, and they can find a crease and get up in there and get you 5. And hopefully, as we go through this thing, I still want to see us run the ball more effectively. We have not ran the ball like I would like, and sooner we got to get that thing going.
At least statistically, it looks like their pass defense is a pretty stiff challenge. What kind of matchup does that pose for y'all with success on that?
Again, it goes back to the scheme what they're doing. They're playing a lot of man, coverage. That's what Lamar did. Same thing. Play a lot of man coverage, and what that does is it forces your quarterback to put the ball not a stationary target sitting down on his own. He's got to put the ball on a moving target and thread it in a small box. He's got to be more accurate. And your receivers have got to be able to create some separation to get open and catch a ball with people on their back. That's the whole key about man coverage. If you're facing an inaccurate quarterback and you play man coverage, he's in for a real bad night. luckily on our part, I think Nathan is a very accurate thrower. He's got a live arm, which is not going to create. I think does not man coverage does not create a problem for him because he's got such a strong arm and because he's so accurate with his throws. So I don't see that's going to be a big problem there.
You compare it to Lamar, just the success you'll have against them, kind of make you more optimistic for what y'all can do Saturday.
Well, it's just the different schemes, it's different fronts, different people up front. So I don't know if that's going to be able to compare. I don't know if that's right. I don't know if you can compare those two and say it's going to be similar or anything like that. I know Northwestern's very well coached. I know they're hungry, and I know they want to stay in this race. 2 losses, basically, you're out of it. Everybody knows that. So we're kind of got the dog back in the corner, and sometimes that can be dangerous. It's important for us to start this game out fast, start well, do things right in the first half. Win the first 30 minutes of the ball game. I think would be big for us.
Yeah, the running game obviously gives you a lot to look at, just from what you're saying.
Yeah.
But that's but I mean, stopping them that really affects their offense, maybe more than other teams. I know that's a generalization.
Yeah, I think if you look at, the quarterback, the time, he went against Nevada and threw for 300 something yards. He had just a career night on them. So he's got a strong arm. He can throw the ball. It's not that he can't. I know he's not putting up these big numbers, but he's got a strong arm. He's accurate. He throws the ball well. But I think that's what we've got in the game. It's going to come down to us stopping the run, making him a pocket passer, make him throw the ball in there with pressure around him. That's not what he's really done. He hasn't gotten, because of the run game and things, and they try to keep him out of those third longs. He hasn't really had to drop back in there and sit, make a read, progress, and throw the football. That's what we got to make him do, and hopefully, make some mistakes, misses some people, and hopefully we come down with a few.
That game was kind of an outlier. What was going on against Nevada that they had that much success? When you're looking at their numbers through the season, they jumped on Nevada and had a great game.
Yeah,
you can see?
no, we watched it, but sometimes kids get a hot night, and he got that quarterback hot that night. He was just, there were certain things they were giving him underneath by coverage wise. They were giving it to him, and Nevada just kept it, and they just kept taking it. He can obviously, like any quarterback gets hot, you're in trouble. And I don't care what level you're playing or who you're playing. That guy who's throwing the ball gets in a groove. You got problems on your hands. You can't let him get confidence as the game goes on. Now it's in that game, some of that game, he got confidence early. Started throwing the ball around the yard. Had a good night.
You mentioned going into the bye next week. How are you guys health-wise? You'll get into your seventh straight game to start the season. How are you guys as a team health-wise right now?
We're okay. I think we're fine right now. We've had a couple. They haven't played a couple. We got a couple guys with some ankle injuries, and they haven't played in a couple weeks. Tay Alford, who's a starter and a very good player, he hasn't played since UT Martin. He's got an ankle sprain. Now he's played. He played 10 snaps here, 10 there. There's only way you can heal those things. Get off them. So that would be huge. He hasn't played. Mayo Stovall, starter. He hasn't played since the first half of UT Martin. We tried to play him the next week. Played about 4 snaps. He couldn't do it. Got him out. We didn't play him at all Saturday. So that will be, get a chance to heal those 2 guys. Those are 2 guys again that really probably big ones I think stand out there, banged up that hurts a little bit. Devin Walker didn't play Saturday. Be nice to hopefully, we're going to be able to heal him up next week and get him back on the field. So besides that, we're pretty good. I don't think we're not real banged up. The injuries we got were season-ending injuries, and they occurred usually most of them before the season, except for Michael's.
Talked about the last week, the scheduling with this, BCS being thrown in the middle of the conference schedule and the challenge of that. And, for whatever reason, maybe didn't handle it well.
Yeah.
Mentally, did you take a step back there from, I mean, I know you,
I-
what you were up against and all that, but
Yeah.
it doesn't seem
Yeah,
like you guys
I was not happy, and I told, whatever. I wasn't happy with how we executed. I think I wanted to see us execute better than we did before, the week before. And I thought we were going to do that. And, and a lot of it we probably were the same. We really didn't step back in mistakes. But what we did see was some things on a positive note for us. Is we saw some weaknesses pop out, things that maybe we hadn't done as well as we thought we had. And just obviously when you face somebody like that, those weaknesses become critical errors and they become huge. I wasn't pleased how we played. No, I thought we played a lot better. I was hoping going to games. I thought going to games that we were going to play really well. We're going to get ourselves in a dogfight with a chance to win that thing in the second half. Because I thought again, anytime you get a chance, you get in a dogfight with somebody that hasn't been used to winning, they usually find a way to lose it. They're going to turn it over. They're going to do something stupid. They're going to have the old "here we go again" mentality, and they're going to do something. So I thought that's kind of what I was hoping going to the ball game, is we were going to get one of those things that we could get in this thing, get in a dogfight, and make it respectable, and hopefully have a chance to win this thing. Again, I think it started out bad. What that happened was you could see their team gain confidence as soon as they went by 14. They gained a lot of confidence. They played a little faster. They started playing with confidence, and then all of a sudden now that team that I thought could be real scary, they emerged. There they were. We were playing them, which again I think is huge. If you come out and we execute that first drive, if we catch the out route, if the defense don't let the guy run by us on a wheel route up the sidelines for a touchdown, and we make a punt. We had third down. If we get off on that third down, don't give them that thing. The next series at least a touchdown. If you get off that field anywhere in there, it gives us some confidence and throttles theirs down. It's a different ball game. But I think that once it went 14-0, you saw them play. They loosened up. They started playing faster, and then it was. We couldn't even control it.
What kind of things are you telling your guys to kind of refocus them on conference play after coming off a game like that at UAB?
Yeah, the same things we've been telling them. This is conference play. I think last week, maybe that was maybe the down. I don't know. It was where's the importance of this, and we tried to talk to them about that. There was importance, and it's really about respect. What can you do, to gain some respect for our program? I don't think there's any problem right now gaining focus. It's a conference game. It's Northwestern. They know a lot of those kids. I don't see any reason why we're going to have any problems regaining focus. They know our biggest thing Sunday was, put it behind us. Okay, let's learn from the mistakes we made. Let's go on and put this game back as far as we can.